Welcome back, guys. It's Meridy here with Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and today I am going to show you the video how to put together your relax and read layout. And first I'm going to show you what's included in the layout, or in the page kit. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through the embellishments. There is one cut called I Heart to Read, and there is a jar of finishing touch flat back pearls in a coordinating I Relax and Read mix. It coordinates really good with this kit. There is a pack of 6 little silver book charms. There's a pink paisley stamp set called, oops, Again and Again. I had it backwards there. And it's pretty versatile. You can use these for lots of different things. There is a P13 alphabet sticker sheet with little mini green alphabet stickers. And now for the paper, we've got, put these off to the side for a minute. For the paper, we've got this P13, the Garden of Books, paper number 7. This is amazing cut apart, and it will get us lots of embellishments for this layout. And then we have Bow Bunny double dot wasabi, and P13, the Garden of Books, paper number 1. P13, the Garden of Books, paper number 2. You could see all the little alphabet, typewriter alphabets on that side. It looks like that on that side. And then Minte Fall Festival. The wood grain is why I chose this paper. The back side doesn't match so much, but that's okay because we're using this wood grain side and it matches really well with this kit. And then you'll have 2 sheets of white cardstock that will end up being the base of your layout. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is refer to the page of instructions that will also be in your kit. They're color instructions, front and back. And they have cutting guides on the back side, and you're going to want to cut all the papers down to what the cutting guides are outlined on the back of your instructions sheet. So I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. Alrighty, friends, we have all the pieces cut for this relax and read layout. And we're going to start this video a little different. We're kind of going to work on both pages at the same time for just a minute. Let me get this straight. Because there's so many little details in each side, but I want to get the base of each layout so you can get some pieces out of your way and off of your desk. So we're going to start with the background of this layout, which is just the 2 12 by 12 white papers. And then you are going to adhere this all the way to the edge of this one, and you're going to adhere this other half all the way to the edge of this side. So that's fairly simple, and at least it gets a little bit of your pile of all the papers that you have cut that are all over right now adhered down so they're not in your way. So we will do this. And then the next thing that we're going to do is all of these green papers that you've cut, 4 of them are serving as photo mats, but they are going to need the pictures that you put on them trimmed. So instead of actual 4x6 pictures, these pictures are trimmed on 2 sides. They're about 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, so that they fit right onto these mats. So you're going to mat all of those pictures next. The beginning of this layout comes together really, really simple and really quickly, and then we start fussy cutting and backing cut files, and that's what starts getting a little more time consuming. It's not complicated, just time consuming. So that's why I'm showing you this general layout first. And then figure out how you want your photos overlapping a little. There might be important things in your photos, and so you don't want to overlap them too much. And then you have this piece, which was part of this background paper, but the back is blue, and you're going to adhere this. It goes all the way to the bottom of the page, but about 1/2 inch over. It just adds a little color to this right-hand side of the layout. And then you can already go ahead and adhere your pictures too. There's just a lot of embellishing on this layout, and your pictures can stay exactly in place while you're working on the embellishments and getting them adhered down. So this side is essentially done for the paper, but there's embellishments that are going to happen here. And then this, so you've got that matted on the green sheet, and then you're going to come in and mat it on the yellow paper. And then next you are going to mat this on your wood grain paper. And that's gonna go just about here. We are not going to adhere this one quite yet, because there's a lot that tucks under the sides. Actually, yeah, we're not going to adhere it yet because it might be up or down and there's things that tuck under it. So we're just gonna leave this one like it is. I put this on crooked though, and it's going to drive me crazy. So let's fix that. There, now it's straight. Okay, so now that you've got these sides, basically the bones of the layout, we're going to work on backing this cut file. So we can move these off to the side. We're not even going to pull them out for quite a while. And while we back the cut file. So you will see that there is one long thin strip of this blue paper, and that is going to be what backs the cover of this book that's lying open. I am going to put a little outline, and I'm going to cut just inside of this outline to back that book. But that's why we had that little tiny cut of blue, so we could have that back this cut file. Oh, and I see I need to trim a little more off of this. I didn't trim it quite enough. And then I am going to use Zig two-way glue to adhere this down. And I adhere it, flip this upside down. I put the two-way glue just on the area where this blue paper will go. And this is going to be similar. I'm not going to do back this whole cut file on camera because it will take a while to get it all backed, but I just wanted to show you how you'll do it with this piece. I think that's a little, let's see. I've got to trim a tiny bit off that's sticking over the edge. Okay. Next, I will use this scrap of green to back the I, the two, and the read. And really, instead of doing each letter individually, I'm going to do the whole, each word individually. So the I, the two, and the read individually. And I do not want this backing to be in the gaps between the letters. So I'm tracing these gaps between letters because I'm going to use an X-Acto blade to get in there and cut that area out too. But I'm just going to cut a little bit smaller than what I traced so the green does not stick out over the word read. I'll show you what I mean. I'm not going to do the X-Acto blade part right now, but I'll show you what I mean. So you could still see my outline slightly on there. I just cut a little bit smaller than my outline. So when I back it, you won't see any green. But I am gonna get in there right now off camera and cut these middles out. Oh, I forgot to trace one of the middles. Okay, I'm gonna do the I and the 2 in this green as well. And then I'm gonna get this yellow paper and I'm going to cut the book pages out of the yellow paper. I cut these where it looks like the pages are showing through. I cut all of these together, like one big cut, because it would take quite a while to cut each page individually, and I wanted them all the same color. But I did cut right up there because I don't want this gap to be backed down there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then when I get to the heart, I wanted the heart to be pink, so I used this chair and I maneuvered the heart on there. It's sideways, but that's okay. You can't tell it's a chair when it's cut. And then I'm just gonna cut right inside there to back the heart. Don't cut through any of the other images on this page because we use quite a few of them as embellishments on your layout. So like, don't cut right through this lamp because that lamp is part of the page. I'll get this cut and then I'm gonna finish up off camera, but I'll show you what I mean. You cannot even tell that was part of a chair. It just looks like part of the heart. So I'm gonna finish this up off camera and I will be right back. Alrighty, now that all of this paper piecing is done, we are going to start cutting the embellishments for this page. So the embellishments are all going to be cut from this paper. And this is where you're going to start. You're going to need this sprig, this sprig, this sprig, the throw pillows. You're going to need this chair that's facing left. You're going to need this hutch. You're going to need this yellow chair, this blue open book, these two little sprigs, this sprig, this plant, this lamp, this plant, this open book, this book that lays flat, maybe, I can't remember, this pile of books, this pink open book you're gonna need for the other side, so you may as well cut it now. You know, I don't think you need this green one that lays flat. And I think that's all. So we're gonna go ahead and cut all of those things and I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay guys, now that we have this giant pile of fussy cut images, we are going to start laying everything out approximately where it goes on the layout. There's a lot of pieces, let's put those over here, and a lot of overlapping of things and wedging under. This is not glued down yet, so that's helping in our placement of things. We can adjust it and move it as needed. Let's see. Let's do this one. Oh, some of these are for the other side of the layout. Like this pink book is for the other side. And this little plant and this little sprig, that goes on the other side of the layout. I think everything else just about goes on this side. And I'm gonna kind of speed this up while I'm placing everything, but all I'm going to do is get everything into place and then start adhering things down, and I left all of this flat, adhered flat to the page. Nothing is on dimensional adhesive at this point of this. So I'm going to speed this up and you can watch me get everything laid down. I have everything adhered except for the I Love to Read, and I do want to put that one, pop it up on dimension, just to add a little texture to this layout and interest. And when I make my videos, I don't put quite as much as adhesive, dimensional adhesive on as I would if I was leaving this on a page, because you don't need to sit here and watch me put a bunch of tape on. So really, I would put this all over, but for now I'm just gonna put on a few pieces. It will give you the idea. Let me get one more piece on there. And after we get this down, there is a stamp set in this kit, and I didn't use it too much on this layout. I was very inspired by it when I picked out all of the pieces for this kit. I thought it matched really well and I had some really good ideas. And then when I started going and putting the page together, it kind of went in a different direction than I had planned in my head originally. But I still used the stamp a little bit, and I'm going to use the stamp a lot on the extra layout that I make with this kit. I always try to make an extra layout out of my scraps. So I'm going to use the stamp, my idea for the stamp, a lot on that layout. But in the meantime, we're going to use, I put weekend vibes. There's all kinds of cute sayings. Today is a very good day, beauty, weekend vibes, love, note to self, inspired today, memo important, and different shapes. I'm going to stamp weekend vibes, and I'm going to stamp it on the yellow paper, on a scrap of the yellow scrap. So I'm going to stamp it in black ink. I'm just using Stays On ink. And let me get a stamping block here. I've got a stamping block, and I'm just going to stamp it, and then I'm going to fussy cut it out, and then I'm going to tape it down to a bit of this back that's white, and fussy cut it again so it's like a border, so it kind of pops off the page. I've got my wrong scissors here. So that's the only stamping on this layout. But I love that stamp set. And I think it's versatile to use on lots of different layouts. All right, so I got that cut, and I'm gonna pop that up on dimension to adhere that to. And the last part of this layout, I added some journaling strips on white paper. I typed them on my typewriter, and I put them right across the top of the picture because in my picture there was plenty of space up there, not covering up anyone's face or head or anything. But you could also put journaling strips over here. You could journal across the bottom. You could journal over here. You could even journaling strips over some of this stuff. Then, let's see, we've got charms. Here they are. I've got these little book charms, and I put 2 of them on this side. One right there, and one right here. The rest I use some on the other side. I think I used one more, so you've got 3 left to use on future projects. And then the flat back finishing touch pearls, I just put them around too. Every time I use, oh no, it's not clogged. I was gonna say every time I go to use my glossy accents, it's clogged. But it's not clogged today. That's a first. All right, so those are glued down, and let me grab the other half of the page and we'll finish that half of the page. All right, I made a little subtitle on this half of the page using my alphabet stickers. So I am going to make a subtitle on this for this video as well. I'm gonna get my little tweezers here. And I'm gonna put Lost in a Book. You might want to lay this out on wax paper or Thicker's alignment guide before just adhering straight to your page. But I already know that this will fit here. So I'm just putting it straight to my page. Lost. And I'm going to use lowercase letters for in. The dot of the I is so teeny tiny. And after we do this subtitle, we will put these few more cuts that we fussy cut to embellish. This page has pretty good embellishments with this little scene down here. I love that little scene. That's why I really liked both sides of that paper. That was the paper that was this navy blue on one side. And then this little book chair reading nook area relaxing thing. And so I wanted to use both of them, but a little bit of both sides of that page because it's so cute. Lost in a Book. Okay, and then we will adhere these things down. And then the final step of this page, so if you wanted to, you could also add journaling to this side of the page, maybe a date stamp under here. And then other than that, we've just got another little book charm to add here and a few more of the little flatback pearls to add. Come on, glue, we were just working like a minute ago. So there's the charm. And And this wraps up this side of the layout. I would love to see what pictures you used on. You can share them in our Facebook group if you're a member over there. If you're not, it's Not Just for Boys Kit Club Community Facebook page. And I'm going to put still pictures of this layout at the end of this video. And there's also a photo on your instruction sheet that you got with your kit. And there's also still pictures of this on our website on the link to this kit, which is called Relax and Read. So you can refer back to still pictures in all of those places when you're trying to put this all together. And I'm gonna just lay them both out here. Let me move all these goodies. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you have a lot of fun putting this kit together. I think this one was a fun one. Lots of layers and pieces and little details here. So I will see you later. Thank you again, and have a good day. Bye.